Hey, what's up? Today I would like to show you how you can make your white test more fast with your Robolectric. When you're running your test on Android emulator or on a physical device, it took us a few minutes to deploy and launch our test. It's very hard to apply TDD, but fortunately, there's a good way to test our UI in the same way we test our unit test. For that, we can use Robolectric, a framework that brings fast and reliable unit tests to Android, running our tests inside the JVM. So how we can make this magic? I'm working with Jetpack Compose. So this tutorial is about how we can test our UI made with this library, okay? First of all, let's look at the Robolectric documentation. So in the documentation, we can see that we need to include some dependencies. We need to include JUnit and Robolectric, and we need to enable the include Android resource flag in the test options. And in our test class, we need to include annotation. We need to include Robolectric test runner. And if you work with Jetpack Compose, you need to include another dependency to test your UI. You need to include the Compose UI Test JUnit 4 and Compose UI Test Manifest. In my Android Studio, I open a project that I use to study some topics about Android, and I include these dependencies. I include Robolectric, JUnit, Compose UI Test JUnit 4, and Compose UI Test Manifest. I launch this app, and you can see that we have three screens in this app. We have this racing, standings, and circuits screen. This app is about Formula 1, okay? And I would like to test the circuits screen. I would like to test if the loading is displayed for the users, and after the collect of the data, if the page title is correct. So I open the circuits screen, and you can see that we have the load, page title, and the list of circuits. Okay, and in the load, I include a test tag. This test tag helps us to find this component, this load, in our test, okay, in our UI test. And in our page title, I also include the test tag. So after that, in my package of unit tests, I create a class to test this screen. And I include the annotation Robolectric test running. Okay, is the same in the documentation of Robolectric. Okay, and we work with Compose, so we need to include a rule to test our UI made in Compose. So the rule is compose rule. Very simple. Okay. And the first test is about uh, the load. Okay. So I create a test that when a screen is open should show the load. So I use the compose test rule. I set the content. So I set the circuit screen and I defined that load is visible. So equal true. Okay. And with the role, I find this component, I find the load on my view by tag. So you can see is the same name. and I check if this component is displayed on the screen. So I will run it now, and you can see the test not running on the emulator or device. So I will close the device, okay, and I will run again. It is very fast. So my test passed. Okay, now I'm going to test if the page title is correct, okay? So when the circuits are collected, should show the page title, okay? So I set the screen again and the loading is false, okay? I find the component of page title and I check if the text is equals circuits, okay? Are you running this test? And you can see the test passes again. Okay, so you can see it's very simple to test your UI with Robolectric. It's magic. You can run your UI test without emulator or physical device. And it's a very simple example, but in the next video, I will show you how you can test more your UI made in Compose. Okay, so I see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.